Chemnitz, a city where tradition and modernity unite. Saxony's third largest city is located on the edge of the Ore Mountains. The eventful history of Chemnitz has left clear traces in the city. During the time when Chemnitz belonged to the GDR and was called Karl-Marx-City, mainly modern prefabricated housing estates were built on the ruins of the Second World War, and the city center was restructured with sober administrative buildings and industrial buildings. After 1990, restoration and rehabilitation of the old buildings still standing began. Museums were newly established, and the shopping street in the city center again invites to an extended stroll. Karl-Marx-Monument, the secret landmark of the city. Cast in bronze, the 2 by 13-meter high and 40-ton Karl-Marx-Monument stands in the city center on Brückenstrasse. The second largest bust of the philosopher Karl Marx, who gave his name to the city from 1953 to 1990, was actually supposed to be torn down. However, many citizens felt so connected to the initial that the city fathers prevented its demolition. Chemnitz and its history. After 15 years of construction, the Schlossberg Museum Chemnitz opened its doors to visitors in September 1995. It is located in the old Benedictine monastery of St. Mary, which Emperor Lothar III founded around 1136 on a mountain near Chemnitz. Under director Ingrid Mossinger, the Schlossberg Museum became famous beyond the region for its numerous art exhibits. The Holy Sepulchre from the city church of St. Jacobi has found its place here. On its sides are lined up the figures of Joseph of Arimathea, Nicodemus, Mary, her sister Mary Cleophas, Mary Magdalene, and the 2 apostles John Evangelista and Peter. Numerous exhibitions document the history of Chemnitz, and the valuable art exhibitions contributed to its recognition as a cultural city. Visitors to Chemnitz should have seen this. The city's history originated in the old and new town halls. When the city had grown rapidly as an industrial location and commercial metropolis, the official offices in the old town hall were supplemented by the additional rooms in the new town hall. Particularly worth seeing are the Green Salon and the Carillon in the new town hall, which has a range of 4 octaves with 48 bells. It is played by hand. For this purpose, the carillonneur sits at the console, similar to an organ bench, and operates the keyboard with his feet and hands. The carillon always sounds on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and on every Friday from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. and when there is a special occasion, e.g. the opening of the Christmas market. Next to the 2 town halls, the Red Tower is part of the town center ensemble. As the oldest building in the city, it was part of the city fortifications in the 12th century. Cultural department store Das Tietz. The cultural department store Das Tietz was opened on Bahnhofstrasse in 2004. It is not so much a shopping mall as a place for culture, which is housed under one roof. Among other things, there are the following: Adult Education Center, Museum of Natural History, City Library, New Saxon Gallery, stores and cafes. The Museum of Natural History Chemnitz calls over 300,000 exhibits its property. The upper floor houses the Sterzelanum, a historical cabinet, the insectarium, and changing special exhibitions in various exhibition areas. The petrified forest, the largest plant fossil in Europe, can be found in the large atrium. For children, teenagers and adults, the museum management organizes museum education for the appropriate age groups and interests. Museum staff discovered the tropical insect Ctenolpis macalva for the first time in Europe in 2017, giving it the colloquial name ghostfish. The New Saxon Gallery is a museum of contemporary art. The gallery is located in the Bel Etage of Das Tietz under the auspices of the art association, Neue Chemnitzer Kunst e.V. State Museum of Archaeology. Since 2014, the city has a state museum. 300,000 years of human history in Saxony are presented here on 3 floors. From the beginning of the time as hunter-gatherers to industrialization, one can follow the various processes of mankind in Saxony in the exhibition rooms. Climate history, evolution, anthropology, zoology, genetics and anatomy illustrate how humans have developed over the millennia. The differences between Neanderthals and modern humans become particularly clear in the museum laboratory, which was created in cooperation with the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology in Leipzig. Anniversary year 2018 to 875 years. The anniversary year was filled with 80 projects and more than 30 events. art exhibitions, concerts, and in May the museum night inspired culture enthusiasts throughout that year. The 27th Saxon Mozart Festival 2018 took place in May at various points within Chemnitz. People met at the Oberrabenstein Reservoir in June for the Cosmonaut Festival. The wineries of the state presented themselves in July in front of the wonderful backdrop of the Old Town Hall. The Saxony Classic Rally celebrated its grand finale in August, also directly in front of the Town Hall. In October, Everything with Wheels came to Augustusburg Castle for the 28th Classic Car Autumn Meeting. Cultural enjoyment at the highest level. The Chemnitz Opera House on Theaterplatz has the reputation of being one of the most modern opera houses in Germany and Europe. The house owes this to its special stage technology with a very special revolving stage. The neo-Baroque building is characterized by its dome. In the attractively designed auditorium with its excellent acoustics, there is room for 741 spectators and an additional 6 wheelchair spaces. The program under General Director, Dr. Christoph Dittrich, is so diverse with opera, ballet, drama and musicals that there is something for every taste. Chemnitz Sporty. 64 kilometers and 1,700 meters of altitude is the Fichtelberg March to the highest mountain of the Ore Mountains. Mountain bikers are drawn to the Oberrabenstein Reservoir in June for the 24-hour mountain bike race. The most prominent ambassadors of Sporty Chemnitz are Katharina Witt, Matthias Steiner, Lars Riedel, Stev the Loke, as well as Alhona Savchenko and Robin Essokawi. The city is part of the Olympic base Chemnitz, Dresden. This is how beautiful it is around Chemnitz. The romantic landscape of the Ore Mountains attracts both residents and guests to the nearby area. The leisure pool of the city of Thalheim is an important destination for pleasure and fun. The outdoor pool combined with the indoor pool allows bathers to enjoy a carefree experience at any time of the year. Indoor and outdoor pools, a current channel and water lounges ensure that bathing mermaids feel good all around. Wellness and relaxation are the order of the day in the saltwater pool and the sunbathing area. The sauna area complements the bathing area. And an attractive playground and a 68-meter high water slide ensure that the little ones don't get bored. The hunting lodge and pleasure palace of the Saxon Elector August rises above the Chopau Valley and can be seen from afar. The nickname Crown of the Ore Mountains, and one of the most beautiful Renaissance castles in Central Europe, is fully justified by its monumentality and the museums it houses. Hailed as a motorcycle museum, it also houses the Carriage Museum, the Hunting Animal and Bird Museum, and the Creepy Castle Dungeon. The altarpiece painted by Lucas Cranach the Younger depicts the electoral family. On a guided tour of the palace you can also experience the sound of the palace organ, and at the end of the tour you end up in the fountain house with the 130-meter deep palace fountain. You can go on a discovery tour in the city's animal park. 1,700 animals share a spacious area under old oaks and beeches. Mouflon, wild boar, roe deer, fallow deer, black grouse and capercaillie live in their own species-appropriate areas in the game reserve. For connoisseurs of good food. In countless restaurants you can choose between specialties from all over the world and Saxon home cooking. One of the most beautiful and oldest buildings is the Keller House. The Ratskeller has its home in the 2 town hall buildings. The top chef Marcus Jost spoils even the most demanding palate in the Max Louis. Fiery dishes, cocktails and Brazilian coffee await guests at the Brazil. Italian hospitality is celebrated in the Buono. The atmosphere in the Gasthaus Schlossvorwerk is unique. Both culinary and spatial, a mix of modernity and antiquity enchants. Night owls fill the city's trendy pubs and cozy cocktail bars in the evening to end the day. Zur Ospan impresses in a beautiful half-timbered house with a huge fireplace, stylishly designed bar, deep, noble leather armchairs, special lighting effects and a whiskey and cigar lounge. Tradition and progress, culture and wellness, and all this in the midst of a green, romantic setting, that's Chemnitz.